Our final presenter of tonight is Margaret Zrull from Musicology, who will be talking about composed in captivity music by French prisoners of war during World War II. Mary Margaret.
Cherie, my darling, wrote French composer Émile Gouet to his wife in 1943 from a German prisoner of war camp where he had been held for nearly 3 years. I sent you a direct mail of the prelude, chorale, and fugue that I am offering to my 3 children as the most bare and pure thing I have done. During World War II, Émile Gouet spent a total of 5 years in German captivity before he was liberated by Allied soldiers, only to die just a year after his return to Paris. As a prisoner, Gouet faced countless hardships, from insufficient rations and inadequate clothing to loneliness and depression. But he also worked tirelessly to create beauty and meaning for his fellow prisoners and for his wife and children back in France through his music. During his captivity, Gouet composed more than 25 distinct pieces of music, infusing each one with something special: spiritual reflections, pedagogical content, expressions of love and longing for his family. Even now, in 2024, we're still fascinated by stories from World War II, but most people have never heard of Émile Gouet or the 1.5 million other French prisoners held in German captivity, or the art they created. My research tells the stories of Gouet and men like him who spent their time as prisoners composing music. Drawing from historical context and archival documents, I first established that these aren't just individual examples of isolated creativity, but part of larger systems of intellectual, cultural, and spiritual activities that in the prisoner of war camps were actually protected under international law. And you can see some pictured on the screen. By synthesizing prisoners' writings and my own analysis of their music, I try to understand how these prisoner composers used music in the camps. Sometimes this is very easy. A piece of music that says "written for the Requiem Mass" on the cover was probably used for religious purposes. But other times I have to try to interpret why a composer chose to set a certain text, or how he hid messages of resistance in musical references to protest songs, or what exactly makes a piece of music bare and pure. I also draw from newspaper clippings and reviews to explore how performances of these prisoners' compositions in wartime Paris functioned as propaganda for the French government. Although my research is rooted in the past, it can teach us important lessons for the future. For 21st century artists, understanding how the French government used these prisoners' music as propaganda reminds us to be wary of those who might want to take advantage of our earnestly created art. Even more importantly, hearing stories of French prisoners who managed to create something beautiful, even in the most dire of circumstances, can give us, in a world too often characterized by tragedy and uncertainty, hope to do the same. Thank you.